right, guys, welcome back. Video number 2. I recorded it to make the last video, video number 1, 2 videos, but I just ended up combining them because it was kind of boring. Like I said, that video, it was boring. And honestly, I'm actually editing the video right now, the first one. So it's not even on YouTube when I'm recording this yet, but we're back. I got the motor out. I kind of put it aside. I don't have my forklift here right now, so that's just going to sit there and be good, boy. I did remove most of the wiring harnesses. I'm going to see how I got rid of all the wiring harnesses, the fuse box and everything. Remove the brake lines and all that. So let's get into it. Yeah, welcome back. All right, let's start removing this stuff. I said on the last video I wasn't going to show some of this, but I might as well. I also kind of got my mic figured out. I kind of had it on my shirt. You've seen in the other video, the first one, I had it on my shirt, and when I'd bend down, the beard and my neck roll would muffle it. Having it in my beard, obviously it pulls on it, but I'm getting the best audio, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. Anyway, let me get some gloves on. I'm trying not to be dirty today. It is Father's Day, 2023. Happy Father's Day to all the men out there. And also happy Father's Day to the single moms. I don't think they get enough credit. They have Mother's Day, but they could have both days if they're the only ones doing it. The wife allowed me to come out here. She's watching the little one. So, see what we can do. Hopefully by the end of this video, obviously you see I was already mocking it up, the two-wheeler front end. Hopefully we'll get this done in this video. And then, yeah, that would be awesome. Because then once that's done, it's pretty much... I have to bring the Cummins here and we'll start fitting it up. But let me get the wrenches. Let's start loosening those. I don't know what size that is. I think it's a 1/2 for all these lines. But yeah, it's coming together. I'm pretty excited. Here. It's not a 1/2. It's probably... I got my boots on today because I know we're going to do welding. My other shoes weren't so nice with welding. You ever see these, the open-ended ratcheting wrenches? So they got like a little button. They're a pain in the ass sometimes. I mean, but they work. I just don't really like them. I know this is on the powder coating channel. The next project is going to have a lot more powder coating. This one will too. But this is just a teardown of this car. So you got to start somewhere. I'll do a lot of editing. So let me get some stuff taken off and I'm going to get back. Instead of having you guys just sit there fiddling your thumbs, stay right there. Okay. So I removed the pesky, annoying brake lines and the power steering lines over here. I took off the power steering hoses. I need to cap those and the 2 up there so I don't get debris. But we're pretty much torn down all the way. I think Yeah, so one thing I gotta do is I gotta take off the front sway bar. At least remove it and just let it hang down. Or I could just remove it all the way. I just gotta take sway bar bushings out. But that's the only thing left. Then we will be ready to start cutting and measuring. So let me get that sway bar off. Let me go get my iPad or print out the instructions on how to start setting this up. Then yeah, let's get to it. I'm so excited now. This is the interesting stuff now. It's gonna get fun. So give me 1 second. I'll be back. All right, so got the sway bar undid. Put a glove in the fuel sending line, so what brings the fuel in. So I don't want to, when I'm grinding, I don't want to explosion. But I was looking at this thing. I think I've said this before, but I mean, can you guys see? So it got hit here. So you see the front is pointed that way. And then you see this is kind of pointed outwards. So the whole front of the car is shifted, which I think I got lucky is, again, I'm cutting it all out. But I mean, you could see how much, like, this isn't supposed to be like that. See how much it got bent out? Obviously that side's not like that because it's stretched outward and not pushed in. So I'm gonna have to, this is gonna get cut because I got to weld to like this area, but cut it, bang it out. And here's where it started to bend, but I got to cut it right here. So I'm literally cutting like everything that's bent off. I don't think the strut towers are bent. I think it just pushed this whole front, which is fine. But again, like I said, I originally just wanted to put a new core support on this thing and be done with it. I have it in the box right there. But that wouldn't have been able to happen because everything is shifted. It definitely got hit harder than I thought. But so luckily I went to the tubular front end because that would have been done regardless because this thing is shifty. So I got to cut here. Got to leave this much. I'm just gonna make a straight cut down. I think I'm gonna follow this where the two panels meet. I'll cut it, and then we're gonna go from there, and then obviously cut, figure out everything else. But let's do this. All right, so cut them off. Both of them cut. I mean, my cutting jobs, you know, just get the rough cuts. You're not going to cut it perfect. So now at least I can go and trim, because I think I got to trim this back just to the strut tower. I don't know, so I left a little bit less on that side, but got the instructions up on my laptop. So now I'm just going to try to really just kind of figure it out here. I don't really know what I'm doing. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I know how to weld. I know how to make stuff stick. I don't do it every day. So don't judge me on my welds. It's going to work. It might not look pretty. But anyway, I'm not a carpenter. I'm not a fabricator. I'm terrible at it, like terrible. I can't measure something. If you put a gun to my head and told me to go build a cube out of 2x4s and make it square, just shoot me there because it's not going to be right. It's going to look like a rectangle or like the Pizza Hut sign. It's going to look wild. But anyway, so if you've been thinking about doing something like this and you're scared, just try it. I mean, now granted, I don't have a lot of money into this car. So if I mess up, I'm not really losing a whole lot, but give it a whirl. It's fun. I'm out here. Got my Porta-Cool on because it's getting a little toasty. But yeah, so let me try to figure out what the next step is, and then I'll bring you guys back in. All right, so I cut those off. I got the fronts, or the tops, I should say, pretty much where they need to go. And the instructions say from that hole, 12 and an eighth inch. Holy crap, I can't talk today. So, I mean, she ain't straight up and down. It'll work, though. So, clean up the metal. I got that one prepped on top. I got this one prepped on top. The bottom, I was looking at the instructions on the laptop, and they're pretty close to the lower strut tower. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bang this back where it needs to be. Then I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna try to do what I did to the tops to the bottoms. I'm gonna try to get it to right where, so then we could take them out of the packaging. I can pull the welder over here and just tack it in place, just tack those. And then I'll start running my measurements, make sure everything's square, and then we're gonna go from there. So I'll bring you along on this one. All right, we're back. Got the old welder out. I'm trying to, I got it kind of tacked in, tacked on all 6 corners, 6 areas. This is where like I'm terrible. I've ground and cut one of them off, or ground the welds, took them off a couple times, just to try to get it. I think I cut a little bit off the strut tower, so I might have to find some pieces of metal at my shop tomorrow to fill it in. I told you, because there's no way I'm filling this 1/4 inch gap, because this is some thin stuff, and I'm not that good. I might have some metal here actually I could probably fill in. This one's looks like a kindergartner. I was trying to tack it, I was just melting the metal. Looks like a kindergartner did that, so I might try to find a plate, you know, with a tiny 90. I'll just buzz it and fix all that up, because that looks terrible. But I mean, it's coming along. It's not, I don't know if it's square yet. Like I said, I just tacked it up. So we're making progress. Now I'm gonna run from the bottom of that strut tower to the front of this one and vice versa, and measure it in an X pattern to see if that's good. In the directions it says this is welded at 4 inches, so I marked it. So those are definitely at 4 inches. So that's correct, and where they're mounted is correct. So that's kind of where I might actually move this one up a little bit, because it's not really out. It's not really, I got to measure it and make sure this is all, this might be down, like it'll look good, but it'll be completely off. So I'm just triple checking here. But it don't got to be perfect, but it needs to be dang close, or else it'll look like a face with a broken nose going down the road. Everything's just kind of wonky. So let me keep working on there, and then I'll come back to you guys when I got a little bit more. I'm just kind of reading the directions and doing what it's told, you know. It's pretty straightforward, but I have no idea. So I'll get back to you. All right, I took this one off. That one I got kind of where it needs to be. I put this bar, I don't have a level long enough to go from there to there. So I just used this bar. It's a piece of tubing, so I just laid it across that, and then I put the level on it. And this side needed to go up like a 1/2 inch. And I think that inch, this side was lower. So I took it off, and what I did, that was really thin, and it was really pushed back, so I wouldn't have been able to fill it. So what I just been doing was, I just been tacking it and just kind of building it up and bringing it forward. So when I'm ready to actually weld to it, it'll be nice and thick, and I'll be able to get a lot of penetration, so it'll stick really good. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know I did that. So let me get back to her, and I'll be back. I'll be back. All right, people and peopleettes, we're back. It's super hot. It's today, June 24th. Got my Porta-Cool ripping. That thing is a lifesaver. So now what did we end up at? I don't know where we stopped. It's been a week. I only do this on the weekends because I got a business to run, so I'm trying to recap what we did. I think the last thing we did was, I think we got it, I was just putting on the tubular front. So I got the tubular front put on, but I couldn't weld anything in because there's a certain angle this has to be at, so I didn't have a Klein angle finder, so I had to order one of those. To my surprise, it should be anywhere, right where that angle finder is, it should be anywhere, it should be about 85 degrees. That's what the directions say. Right now, that one's at 86.5, and that one's at 80, well, hold on, I'll just show you, I guess. Okay, 86.8. and 85. We'll call it 86. Hey, that's pretty good for me just putting them up there, eyeballing them. I went from the bottom where I cut, or actually I went from the bottom of the K member, and I squared it up. So it's 43.5 here, 43.5 here. That one's 86, this one's 86.8. I'm gonna leave them. What's a degree? That's not really gonna matter. That's pretty dang close. It's square. All I gotta do is maybe adjust like the fender tabs a little bit. I'm not worried. I'm happy with that. What I'm not happy with is how I cut the course, or how I cut all that stuff off. I just went rampant. I mean, you see me in that video, I was just cutting. But, or in the beginning of this video. Was that on the first video? I don't know. Anyway, I cut this all wonky. I mean, you could see on here, I got my whole finger goes through here because I cut it apparently like a blind person. If blind people are watching this, I'm sorry. Yeah, this side's a little better. I cut it at an angle, so the bottom is good, but the top. So what I'm gonna do, I got my cardboard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut a template out like this, trace it out, and I'm gonna put, I got some right behind the four-wheeler there, I got some 1/8" plate. I'm gonna cut a piece out and weld it, and weld it here so I have a nice structure to weld on. And then I'm gonna do it to here as well. I'm gonna kind of go like this, but I'm gonna wedge it so a piece will slide down in there. I'll crimp this back together and then weld it all solid. I'm just gonna get these and tack them in. Like I said, I'll weld them more solid. Right now they're holding on by a thread, so I'll buzz them in a little bit more. This is easy, I can weld all that, but just so they stay. I'm not gonna finish it. So I'm gonna leave it open because you gotta put in the supports for like the bumper, you know, and all that fun stuff. I'm not gonna put any of that in because I'm gonna, hopefully the next video or later in this video, I'm hoping later in this video, but we'll see. I'm going to bring the Cummins over here. I just put together my pressure washer at work. I had a Hotsy, I bought it, broken, I fixed it. I decided to take it all apart because it looked ugly. And then when I took it apart, I put it on the shelf for 6 months in pieces. So I'm like, hey, that Hotsy pressure washer would be very awesome to clean that motor off of, clean the motor. So I put it back together and it works, but it's a 110 Hotsy and they take a lot of power when you plug them in, when they kick on, and it keeps blowing my breaker. So I got to run a bigger gauge 110 outlet to start it. But anyway, I'm going to get the pressure washer, pressure wash it, bring the motor over here. And for ease of access, I'm gonna leave this open so I could test fit the motor in and out a couple times, because I got to order motor mounts for the Cummins and cut them apart and make them fit there. But all of this, you see the old K member, the old struts, the old A-arm, that's all gonna go away. And I got new Brembos for the front of here. Shout out Kevin, my buddy. He had some laying around, so we traded some work. All that's gonna go away, and I got some stuff coming in the mail today, and I'm gonna show you that as soon as it comes. I'm waiting on FedEx. We all know how FedEx is nowadays. Love them, but hate them. At least I didn't lose it yet. It says out for delivery. So once that gets here, I'll show you all that. I'll show you what's in that box on the table over there. Little something. But yeah, I'm gonna cut out some templates. Then we'll move over, trace it out of that metal. Like I said, 1/8" plate. And then we'll get that tacked in, and at least that's sturdy. So if I bump it with the motor or something, it's not just gonna break off. So let me cut the templates and we'll get back. All right, so what we did, first off, I brought my tripod home from work, so that's really nice. Now I could use both my hands and not have you jumping all over the place. But, so what I did was cut some cardboard template out. Easy. I'm gonna run it all the way, and there's a seam right here where this part is welded on, so I'm just gonna use that seam and I'm gonna weld them together. Made a little piece. This piece, I'm gonna weld right here. So it's gonna be like that, and then I got a bottom piece. I'm gonna weld like this. So then I know this thing's solid. on all four sides, so we should be good to go as far as that. So I'm going to snap my fingers, and all of this cardboard is going to become metal because video editing and wizardry. So as soon as I snap my fingers, we'll be back. Oh my god, magic! That just didn't take me an hour to bevel, grind, trim, cut again because I messed up in 110 pieces. But yeah, here we are. Let me get you. Taking you off of the tripod because I can't carry that big thing around. Alright, so we got that plate. You probably can't see anything, but that plate's tacked in, that plate's tacked in. I went around the corner and I made it all the way up to there so I could just fill that. And then that'll look good. But yeah, that's it. And also, FedEx came. Let me change the battery. Look, I'm wearing safety glasses. Let me change the battery on this GoPro because it's about to die. And then let's see the goodies that I bought, which is going to be most of this video. I'll be back, as Arnold Schwarzenegger would say. All right, let's open a few goodies. Watch, it's going to be like me. It's going to be like the complete wrong thing. Also, I'd like to point out that this project got out of budget literally like in 2 days. But what budget doesn't, or what project doesn't? For me, I'm like, well, I'm this far, I might as well just do that, because if I don't, and it'll be really hard once the car's back together. Well, I'm this far, let's do this, let's do that. So here we are, doing this and doing that. At least if it's wrong, I'm getting it on camera. Oh, don't want to touch those wheels. Those are some expensive wheels. Should see what those wheels are going on. I'll probably post it on my business Instagram as soon as they're mounted on there. So I think you know what these things are, people. Tubular A-arms. Which you could probably guess what's in that big box behind me then if I'm doing tubular A-arms. So we got nice tubular A-arms, no coil bucket. I'll show you. Powder coated red. I'm a powder coater, obviously, so I like to look at the powder coating job. Wow. Actually pretty good, if I do say so myself. They're probably not sandblasted underneath of this, but the powder job is very good. All the tight corners. This is the hard spots to get powdered sometimes because it's electrically charged and the part is grounded. So when you're spraying in here, it's not going to want to go right here. It's going to want to go other places. But everything looks good. Yeah, these are awesome. Oh yeah, I got some stickers. Literally, here's the other one. You guys, it's literally the same one, just mirrored. Those will be going on in this video as soon as I'm done welding and everything. We're gonna do that. Then you guys probably know what's in this. I got red. I was gonna take like the ball joints out and powder coat them like a bronze, but I like red. We'll go with red, you know. For one, I'm a powder coater, but I don't like powder coating my own stuff. I'd have to take it apart, blah, 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 blah. But this is already coated. It's red. It's my favorite color. We're just going to leave it. I was going to get black. I kind of regret it, but whatever. Tubular K-member with engine mounts. Engine mount supports, I should say. They're not the engine mounts. Red, let's see how the powder coat job they did this. Wow. Hard to reach areas are good. Welds are a little light here, but inside the areas, not too shabby. Whoever does their work, that's why they go to these guys. I don't know who does it, but looks good. I'm impressed. I'm excited about this. So let's lay it out. I don't know, can you guys see that? Let me look at the camera. I'm probably doing this and you're not even able to see anything. I am correct. All right, so let's do this. Sorry. So let's give it a boost. So the tubular cam member, and then what I got in here is, guys, this box, ooh, liquid death. Old, stale liquid death. That's water, by the way. I bought these Ride Tech Air Ride front coilovers or Air Ride bags. Let me get you out of the sun. Those are nice, huh? Let's go up so I could stand in front of the camera. So that's what is going to go on here. So obviously it's going to go like this. Through the support with the tubular A-arms. You don't use coil springs anymore. This is the only thing you use. We got the hole for the air, so we got to run that. Guys, you can go and see how much this is on their website. When I kept telling you how the motor and I got the Mustang for a steal, these cost more than I bought the Cummins and the Mustang for combined. So go check it out. But I needed them. Airlift Performance has these. Not these, obviously, has their own brand. They're not on their website. They're discontinued. They're only like $100 cheaper. I have an Airlift Performance. I had to buy 2 kits on my white truck. I don't know if I cut that out in the first video of me scanning over to the OBS, my 96. But anyway, I have Airlift Performance ride kit on that, and I had nothing but problems. So I'm kind of happy I found Ride Tech. Ride Tech's been around a long time. They're not that far from my house. I live in Northwest Indiana. I think they're in Jasper, Indiana, a few hours away, I believe. I could be wrong, but they're not that far. Super quality, man. We're talking pretty thick. That's probably, I don't know, that's more than a quarter. Not more than a half. It's some thick aluminum. This should be able to hold up that Cummins. The Cummins, it's just a little under 1,000 pounds dry. Just the motor. That doesn't mean the trans. That's not the fluids. So I think with the trans fully filled, I would probably guesstimate it at what? 1,600, give or take, pounds. When the 4.6 that's in it, that's right next to the camera, and the 5-speed trans, what's that got away? Probably 600, maybe a little bit more. Both of them dry, so maybe 700 total. But yeah, so I needed these. So all this stuff we're going to put on this video. Let me weld this a little tighter. Let me get it all how I want it. Then I got to copy this side. Let me bring you in. Hold on. After I weld all my steel on that side, I got to copy it on this side. This side's pretty good, but I'm going to copy it exactly how I was, just because if someone looks and they're like, well, why did he weld that side, but he didn't weld this side? Not that you'll see. The only thing you'll see is that top piece and around it, but you won't see like the side and underneath. But that way I know it's there. I didn't really have to do this. I could have welded this, filled this gap in, made it super ugly, ground it down. But that way I know it's on there, tight and secure. So if something does happen, I do smash the front of this. I take it down a drag strip or something, and I'd lose control. Heaven forbid, but if it happens, it's doing its job, and it's not just for looks and show. So let me do that one really quick. Like I said, I'm not going to weld it all the way in. I'm just going to get it held in good until I get the motor in, until I get everything in, make sure everything works. If I got to, if I need to adjust a 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, I have that ability to. So let me get that done, and then we'll we'll get back to you guys. All right, so I got this side cut out. I didn't plate the bottom. The bottom lined up, so I didn't have to. So I just threw some tacks in there. But I did plate. Don't mind that weld. I needed to turn the welder up, and then I got a good one. So just, it'll grind away. It'll be fine. So I plated this. I'll fill it in, weld it, and I'll smooth it out. I think I might paint the whole engine bay black anyway, so we'll get there. But right now, I tacked the bottom too. It's not going anywhere. It's where I want it. I had to fiddle with this a little bit actually, because the squareness was a little off, and it actually fixed the squareness, fixed the level, and then it made this 87 degrees, or 86 degrees. So it should be 85, it's 86 and 86 now, which is even better. So I'm leaving it. I could fiddle with it until I get 85, but I'll probably mess up something, so it's fine. It's level, square, we're good. That side's good. So now what we're gonna work on is we're gonna install all this, I think. What I might do is take it all off. Nah, I don't think I am. I was gonna go get new bolts for it all, but these bolts to work just fine. You're not gonna see any of it anyway. So I'm gonna take you along on this. I didn't take you along with the welding because I was back and forth grinding, trimming, beveling, yada yada yada. But I'll take you along now. It's coming along. I'm excited. I'm excited to get this giant K-member out of here, which is nice. It's on jack stand, so I literally just got to unbolt and part swap, which is cool. So I'm gonna let me get you back on the tripod, and then let's do this. Alrighty then, so I'm gonna get these shocks off, and then work on the ball joints, knock those off. So then the A-arms can just swing down, so those springs don't blow my teeth out. That would be nice. I hate the dentist. If I blew my teeth out, I'd probably just get gold teeth. How cool would that be? I thought that was what was holding the shotgun. I was like, that was it? JK, LOL. Same size as that one. Darn Skippy. Love when stuff spins. Alrighty. I think I say that every time I come into if I come back at the start of the video. Alrighty, welcome back. Hello. So I dropped the sway bar on the one end thinking those A-arms would just fall, but then bushings are still good, so they stay up. They're very springy. So I don't know if I'll be able to get my impact in there to get them K-member bolts out, but I think I gotta, in order to, think, Colin, use your brain. Let me get some tea. I need some tea. Brain juice. But, so, McDonald's unsweet tea? Come on. I'm probably the only person that just drinks unsweet tea. Sweet tea's good, but it makes my teeth hurt. But enough of my rambling. So I didn't want to take these off because they're connected to the K-member, so it's like I'm just taking stuff apart. I didn't. But I think I need to because my impact won't be able to get up on those bolts to drop the K-member. But in order to do that, you got to take the rack and pinion off. And that's what I was just about to do. I was about to do it, I'm like, I should just probably record. So here we are, getting the wrong wrenches. Nice. So let's run these out, and hopefully I undid the steering. There's a bolt in the steering shaft. That was 13 or half. So I'm hoping there's only one bolt, and when I take it out, that it should be splined and it should just come apart. At least that's what I think. But I guess we're gonna find out here. Holy bolts. That's a big one. We need these. Don't lose these bad puppies. as it rolls away. Get on there. What I think I might do too is I might take this rack and pinion to my house or bring the hot seat to here. It's just I don't have a forklift here, and I don't think I could bring my box truck, but that's a lot. I just couldn't get it out of my truck. Come on, get out of here. But I'm going to clean the rack and pinion. Get all the grease out. So I don't, again, does this just come off? Where's my, let me go get my pry bar. Because I'm not really, again, y'all can watch this if you're doing the front end of your Mustang, if you're doing this. I just undid, so if you're doing the K-member, I just undid this, and loosened the steering bolt that goes into the steering shaft. It's right here. You can't see it. That's all I did. There's probably like 10 more bolts. I just haven't did them. I just don't know. Yeah, it should be. That should come right off of there. I mean, maybe I should come right off. I mean, fight me the entire way. It's coming. It's coming off. That one. I'm going to get sprayed with power steering fluid, and I'm going to be pissed. Should come off of there. Where's that? Let me get a flathead. I'm going to try to open the spline part of the steering. Try to just pry that open a little bit. See if I can get it to pop off. No, the rack and pinion is off the car. I mean, I honestly could be missing something here. Granted, this thing's probably never been off of here. So, might be stuck. One of these things is not like the other. Okay, so am I missing something? There's no other thing. I have to take that bolt completely out. Maybe it's it might be, I bet you that's what it is. Hold on, let me see. I bet you it just will slide right off. Yep. So when you take this out, they do that for security purposes, probably just safety. I mean, this is actually still splined, so you can loosen this bolt even if it's loose, and it's still gonna go inside. Obviously, I don't know if you can see that. It's got a part cut out of it, so then the bolt will actually. So if this bolt actually comes loose, it's still not going to pop out and allow you to steer the vehicle. So you got to remove it completely, and it comes right out. That's what I thought. Just had to use my brain. All right, so that's out. I'm going to put this bolt back in the steering shaft. I will lose it. Now we could drop the K member. There's nothing. Oh, well, I lied. I probably will have to take off. I haven't found the sizes of the K member yet. I WD-40 the bolts over here because they were disgusting. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take those things off. Dang, didn't want to. That's okay. Still at 13/16. It sounds like a job for an adjustable. Well, guys, you died. Battery died. I don't know how long, but I got the one bolt. So the one K-member bolt, it's at a weird angle. Not K-member. The A-arm bolt was at a weird angle, so I'm not even going to take it out. I think I can get it with... I can get the K-member bolts out with it in. I have one bolt left on the K-member. I mean, honestly, I think... What is there? 2, 4, 6 bolts holding it. I guess we'll see. So I'm going to put this and just hold it in place until I... zoom that one out. And then I was going to do this without you guys, but come on, this is a good part of this, of the show. Let me get my gloves on. I don't like wearing gloves, but golly, does it keep your hands clean. Oh, that's what gloves do, Colin. I know. Oh yeah, I gotta do this again. See ya. Right. One more. These aren't rusty, so they're super easy to get. Don't mind my 30-foot extension. On these bolts. I think that's it. Let me get this in here. Let me do this. Get this off of here. Do this again. Okay, I think the K-member will fall out. I guess we'll see, huh? Let's see if I did it right. Oh no, wait, I still see another bolt. I see another one holding. There's 10 bolts. Nah. No, that's holding something else on, I think. Oh yeah, there's another one. There's 2 more. Dos más. Por favor. I didn't realize there was 2 down here. Oh yeah, she's gonna fall now. Did you see her droop? So there's 2 on the bottom here, and 2 in the strut tower. Move that, and then we're gonna go like this. And she's gonna fall out. And then we're gonna take this off because it's just annoying. This is also a 15 mil. I'm gonna move this to the side. I should have took this off like a while ago, to be honest. And that's it. K-member out of here. All right. Good work, guys. Thanks for your support. Try to get some of the bolts. Whoa! You know, I still need you. Where's the broom? There it is. Try to get some stuff out of the way. I don't know what I'm not using the shock bolts because the shocks came with them, but I still have to use everything else. What's this? AC line that's covered and filled with cat litter, oil dry, whatever you want to call it. Well, that's nice. Look at this. Ow. This is like, look at this, Colin powered. Half a horsepower, baby. You know what I mean? Kind of at a point where it's like, what's going on here? Get back in there. Nah. What about like painting everything, you know? I will. Like, do I do that now with my new camera not being in so I don't get overspray on it? Or do I wait? I could tape it off, I guess. That ain't no thing. I don't know. What do we do next? We could put the new one in. Or do we weld this? I don't know. Let me see what I'm going to do next. Let me think about this. And I'll be right back, guys. Ugh, I need a drink. Okay, I think I figured out what I'm going to do. It's what I said I wasn't going to do. Two things earlier in this video that I said. See, things pulling my beard again. That I wasn't going to do, that I'm going to do. I want to end the video. I told you how we were going to get the new K-member in, the new air shocks, all that in, but I'm not there yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the second thing I told you I wasn't going to do that I'm going to do is I'm going to finish welding just the 4 bars and all the supports. I'm going to grind that smooth, and then I'm going to paint the engine bay. Excuse me, I just burped. I just ate a hamburger. Excuse me. Anyway, I'm not going to weld like over here, but I'm going to finish welding it so that way I can paint the engine bay. Because when I put the new cam member up, I'd have to tape it off and it'd just be in the way. And I don't want to put anything across here because I want to be able to lift the Cummins in and out. And it'd be better for mock-up. And the Cummins isn't just going to bolt into the K-member, so I'm going to have to make engine mounts and all that. So I just want to paint all this. I'm just going to do a gloss black, or not even a satin black. Some type of black, whatever the parts store has. I'm going to paint all that. I got to mask everything that I can't take off. Do all that fun stuff. Degrease some stuff. But yeah, so episode 3, I don't know if I might just paint the engine bay, not in a video. It's just tedious cleaning, a little bit of sanding, priming, painting. Like, it's not going to be fun. So I think the next video it's going to start out as everything, these being welded and it being painted, and then we'll put in the K-member and all that. Hopefully by that it'll be next weekend, so I'm hoping I can get the motor over here. I need to buy a cherry picker. I think I borrowed my buddy's. He took it back because he needed it, but for test fitting purposes I'm going to need one for a while, so I might just go buy one, see if I could find one on Marketplace or something. But yeah, that'll end this one. I mean, we got pretty quick, pretty far. I don't know what I recorded. I think we didn't even have these on, so we cut all that. So yeah, it's coming along. So yeah, if you guys want to keep following, like, subscribe. Only if you like what I'm doing. You don't gotta like and subscribe, but it would be well appreciated. Share it. That'd be nice. Follow me on Instagram. My name's Colin. Follow my business, Powder Coating Creations, if you want to keep updating. I post updates in between stuff, so. But yeah, no. I appreciate it, guys, like always. Until next time, we'll see ya. Oh, my back hurts.